pirates had fought fiercely, as well they might, for they had on board the richest treasure in gold and jewels that ever I had found on the Spanish Main. But we took it and brought it back to England. And the Queen herself came down to Tilbury and aboard the Golden Hind. We showed her the treasure, and she stayed for her further entertainment.
It is, I say it is!
It's not. It's not.
It is! It is the sun! And there's my warrant on it! I'm my mother's son, and that's myself. It shall be moon or star or what I list, whene'er I journey to your father's house. Go on, and fetch your horses back again. Evermore crossed and crossed, nothing but crossed.
Forward, I pray, since we have come so far, and be it moon or sun or what you please, and if you please to call it a rushed candle, henceforth, I vow it shall be so for me.
I say it is the moon.
I know it is the moon.
Nay, then thou lie, it is the blessed sun.
Then God be blessed, it is the blessed sun. But sun it is not if you say it is not, and the moon changes even as your mind. What you will have it named, even that it is. And so, it shall be so for Catherine. So I do see my humble place as wife at last, and tell you this, good ladies all. Thy husband is thy lord, thy sovereign, one that cares for thee, and for thy maintenance commits his body to painful labors both by land and sea, to watch the night in storms, the day in cold, whilst thou liest warm at home, secure and safe.
So there's a wench. Come on and kiss me, Kate.
Excellent, most excellent.
An idea of my nephew John's, Your Majesty. He knows some of the players well. We thought it might please you.
And so it has. A vastly amusing play. A most fitting celebration for your safe return from this latest adventure.
And yet, Your Majesty, perhaps the King of Spain...
I think, my Lord Marmot, you may safely leave politics to me.
King Philip will not only be pressing you for Captain Drake's dismissal once again...
On what evidence? Close as we look, we can find no grounds for my brother-in-law's complaints.
I don't doubt it, Your Majesty. I may only have invested a very small amount in Captain Drake's venture, but I think I've been repaid 100-fold from what I've seen of the treasure he's brought back.
Your Majesty must see for yourself.
Captain,
What is it, John?
there's something wrong, Captain. One of the players says he must see you at once.
If Your Majesty will excuse me. Grenville, one of the players? What about?
Well, I'm not sure, Captain. I've met him before at Bartholomew Fair last shore leave. He says there's some kind of danger.
All right, come on.
Oh, Captain Drake, sir, did you enjoy our play?
Excellent, lad. If I'm any judge, you'll be hearing from Her Majesty. Well, what is it you want to tell me?
Thank you for coming, Captain. Can we,
Say what you have to say and have done. I shouldn't be talking to you, but attending the Queen.
concerns your treasure, Captain. There's to be an attempt to steal it.
Magnificent. I think, Captain Grenville, you deserve some personal decoration. My Lord Marmot?
Your Majesty, it's hardly my place.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
No, no, my lord, be permitted. Each gentleman shall choose some special trophy. All else shall be decided by the Lord Chancellor when it has reached the treasury safely.
Then, if I may, this Spanish order.
Oh, a man of taste. I should like to see more of you at court, Lord Marmont. Attend me tomorrow night in a game of cards.
And who is to make this attempt on the treasure?
Have you ever heard of the Alsatians, Captain Drake?
Alsatians?
It's a whole group of thieves, cutthroats, and worse. There's a district called Alsatia here in London, near St. Paul's. It's an underworld, complete, on its own.
And who leads these people?
I don't know. I've but lately come to London. But when it became known that we were to play aboard your ship, one of these Alsatians got in touch with me. He was a big fellow. They call him the Chamberlain. He told me that I could be well paid if I could find some member of your crew that might help them.
Ha! My crew would cut their throats first.
He was looking for a man who could be bought. Then I had instructions where to take him.
But how could this news spread so quickly? We've only been in port a day.
I might be able to find out more if there were some member of your crew that you could trust to come with me. Then I could take him to this meeting place. We could pretend that he was prepared to work for them, find out what their plans are, and maybe discover how this secret got out.
Yes, my friend, that might work. A member of my crew.
2 would be better, sir.
May I be one of them, sir?
No, John. Tell Diego I want to see him. A member of my crew. Tell me, could you, set some disguise on his face as you do in the theater?
That I could, sir.
When do you meet these people?
Tomorrow night.
And where may you be found?
I have a room in Cheapside. The sign of the surgeon hangs over the door.
You say you come from the country?
Yes, sir.
What part?
From Warwickshire, Captain.
I'm a countryman myself. I come from Devon. Is there any reason why I should trust you?
None, sir.
You players are listed with rogues and vagabonds, are you not?
Listed we may be, sir. There are some among us as honest as yourself. Well, it won't take much more, Captain. Just roughen you up a little. Not that you're a familiar figure in Alsatia, but we don't want to take any chances. No one must know who you are.
I'm beginning to wonder who I am myself.
Well, you're Job Cornish, and you're a master gunner, wounded off the coast of Spain.
You have got it all pat.
Well, it's part of my trade to tell stories. Now, because of your wound, you've quarreled with Drake. He's passed you over for promotion, cut your pay, and all for a wound you got in his service.
Ah, right villain, this Francis Drake, eh, Diego?
Aye, Captain.
No, Diego. Forget the captain. Oh, we're both dead men. Cornish. Job Cornish.
Yes, master.
And don't forget, I'm Johnnie Factotum in Alsatia.
Johnnie Factotum it is.
I think you'll pass, Master Job. What do you think?
That's a face I wouldn't trust.
We're going to a place called the Court of King Harry Hunks. It's in a part of London I'll wager you've never seen, Captain, though it is near the river. Tight as a fortress, they keep it. And the password for tonight is Drake for England.
Well, maybe they'll find it truer than they think. Come on, let's go.
Oh, go away, go away.
Here it is.
No.
What songs do you sing tonight, me masters?
Drake for England.
Come in and welcome. You'll leave your arms here with me.
Leave
It's
her
the
around.
rule in Harry's court, or you'll never pass that door. Hey.
Johnnie Factotum, is it?
The same.
King Harry's Chamberlain at your service. Are these the 2 Drake lads you said you'd bring with you?
Gunner Job Cornish and Seaman Diego.
Diego! I've heard a lot about you, Diego. But I never thought I'd come to meet you face to face.
Johnny tells me you had some business with us.
Patience, lad, patience. Not so fast. We have to take a few precautions. After all, what warrant have I that you're not spies?
Any warrant you like. I'm game for anything that'll trip the heels of Master Francis Drake.
Then you better come and see King Harry. Though I warn you, any man with ill will, he'll smell out faster than anyone. Out of the way, lad. King Harry of Alsatia! King Harry hunts! King Harry the Ninth! King Harry, king of the bear.
Call yourself Lord Chamberlain. Any man in his senses can see you ain't got the wit to lead men.
Trust me in my own country, will you? All right, dear, you. Watch out!
Good evening, Master Cornish. It's me you've come to see. Come in. Well, Master Cornish, so you want to share Captain Drake's new treasure?
Have I said so?
You've said so by coming here. I know more about you than you think I do. Look here, where I've been watching you. Not an elegant crowd, are they? But all one expects at a bear pit. And if it's elegance you want, come over here. Finer clothes, but they cover the same corruptions, eh, Master Cornish? Besides, humanity is much the same wherever we find it, at court or in the stews. We have many rewarding pursuits in Alsatia, beside the bear pits. The highest in the land don't disdain to come to me for their pleasures. As you will no doubt find out for yourself if you serve me well.
I'd like to know it is I do serve, milady.
Milady. That name will pass as well as any of the others I use from time to time. And now to business. Johnny has told you why we needed you?
Aye, but not what you want us to do.
Just to make a certain task easier for me. Do you know how the treasure is to be taken from Drake's ship to the Royal Treasury?
Do you?
A convoy of mules and carts, well guarded, from Tilbury by Hackney Marshes and Mile End.
How do you know that?
Magic, perhaps? A lot of those rogues out there call me a witch. Besides, I am asking the questions. I don't answer them. What do you know of this journey from the Golden Hind? Are you of any use to me?
What if we happen to be guarding that treasure convoy ourselves?
I was hoping for it. Is it possible?
I might even be in charge of it.
Then you could have it stop at some point chosen by me, where the guards may take a drink. Make sure they stack their arms. See they're in no position to face a sudden attack.
It'll take a lot more than this, milady, if I want to go that far.
You can have as much again, and a 10th share of the treasure, if you keep the convoy guard at its smallest and stop it at the Magpie Inn here in Fleet Ditch.
Aren't you rather taking us at our face value? How do you know we are against Drake?
Do you think I'm a fool, man? I left the choice of men to him.
Can you be certain of him?
In spite of his tender years, our young player friend is a shrewd judge of men. And fool that he is, he has a wife and child. He knows how far we Alsatians can reach. Like the octopus you've no doubt seen on your travels. Yes, I think I can trust him.
Before we make this plan, my lady, will you add something else to my reward?
Well?
That poor brute Harry Hunks out there. Retire him to the Tower Menagerie. His baiting days are over. Let him die in peace.
You're a strange fellow to have any heart left, Cornish. And yet you'd attack men.
When I have to.
And women?
Only if they have sharp claws.
I think we might do very well together, Cornish. Shall we toast the future and the Queen of Alsatia's gain?
The Queen's gain?
My game, I think, my lord.
Congratulations, Your Majesty.
You did play fair. You did not aim to flatter me.
Never. I always play fair.
That's as it should be. If you are to stay at court, it must be on your merits.
I shall do all I can to cultivate what few I may have, Your Majesty.
You owe me a goodly sum, my lord.
Alas.
However, on second thought, you may keep the medallion. After all, it was a memento.
Thank you.
But I shall set its value against the score.
Your Majesty will have your dues.
I always do.
There's no chance that the treasure might not reach Whitehall.
None with Francis Drake to see to it. Good night, my lord.
Whose sword, sir?
Right.
What is it, sir?
Nothing.
Pretty. Very pretty.
A memento, Her Majesty was good enough to say.
Thank you.
No, don't. It might be recognized.
Oh, poor Marmont. Always afraid. And I might have taken it off your gambling debts.
I wish I'd never been tempted to gamble in Alsatia at all.
I miss so many other pleasures.
Is everything arranged for tomorrow?
Everything. And don't be afraid again for our success. I have a man to work with me at last.
What man?
No names, Marmont. You could sell us all back to Drake.
You know I couldn't.
You're easily tempted.
I am.
We still got tomorrow to get through.
And after tomorrow?
We shall see. So much depends on this man.
Well, do you think I'll ever make a player?
I'll talk to Mr. Burbage about you, sir. There we are. Richards himself again.
What?
Oh, it's just a line from a play.
There'll be a rare enough play out of all this one day. And this is where we write the last act. We must find out how that woman got her information so that the treasure can go to London as planned. Now, this is what we do. Whoa, back. Right, lads, unbuckle. Drake for England. My lady. Amen! My Lord Marmont.
Drake! Drake?
Captain, she had a horse waiting at the other door. I couldn't stop her.
She forced me to do this, Drake. I swear it.
Who is she?
I don't know. Truly, I can't say. She's known as the Queen of Alsatia.
There's only one queen, Marmont. And you'll have to answer to her.
You mean to tell me that all the time you were fighting, the good Grenville was calmly rowing the treasure up the river?
Yes, Your Majesty.
A cleverly contrived scheme, Captain. I congratulate you.
I am Your Majesty's eternal servant.
Why did young Marmont do it?
He was forced into it, Your Majesty, to settle for his gambling debts.
He even owed me for his gambling debts.
My game, I think. Thank you, Your Majesty.
Oh, well, he can cool his heels in the tower for a few weeks. And he may think again. I understand we're also lodging another guest. My menagerie has received the gift of a great bear.
So she kept her word.
The young player has arrived. Captain Drink.
Your pardon, madam. I'm sure I know that face.
Oh, I think not. My cousin, the Lady Margaret, is but lately come to court.
Excuse me, Your Majesty.
The young player has arrived. What is his name?
I know him as Johnnie Factotum.
Johnnie Factotum. Johnnie Factotum. Is that your real name?
No, Your Majesty. They call me so because I do a little of everything. I act a little, I write plays, or cobble old ones like the one you graced on the Golden Hind.
And which I enjoyed exceedingly. All except that scene where you attacked her with your sword.
It shall be changed at once.
And the title, The Unruly Wife. It's perhaps a little dull. How about The Taming of the Shrew?
Perfect. If ever it should be played again, so it shall be called. The Taming of the Shrew.
I certainly think we shall be hearing more of you, Master
Shakespeare. William Shakespeare.